guys after some of the scrimmages? Is that still
the guys that worked in the scrimmage will be the guys that we move forward with. So obviously we had Stefan back there returning punts. Ace will be back there too, and then we had DJ and Bruce. I think DJ and Bruce will be the guys throughout the games. Whoever's the freshest when the kickoff comes up.
Do you do one deep back or two? Generally?
We have two, but we try to game plan to get the ball into a primary guy's hands. Now the off guy has to be able to catch it and return it, but by game plan, I've been able to kind of about 85% of the time get the ball in his hands unless they kick it short.
Antonio Allen is a guy who's just quietly last year had a pretty good season. How has he progressed this fall for you?
I think he's a great player. I think Antonio, I was telling Whammy the other day, he's got the skill set. He could play corner. He's got the ability to play linebacker at the next level. He's got great athleticism, can really run, long arms. I think Antonio, if he prepares the right way week to week, will have a great season this year. I really do. I think he's a phenomenal athlete, phenomenal player.
Devontae Holloman, having both of those guys at one position, is it a problem to figure out how to get them both on the field?
I think when you see football nowadays, when you have guys, you have so much spread offense out there. You have to put as many of your athletes out there as you can. So I think when we evaluate the season at the end of the year, I think you'll see a lot of those two guys on the field at the same time.
Devontae would be like a weak side linebacker.
The positions are both the same. Yeah, very similar. Yep. I mean, the spur position and the will position are very similar. Thank you. Sure, guys. I think it's the same answer I gave you guys last time. If I had to wake up tomorrow and do it, it'd have to be a gut decision.
That's Fish and Scribner Howard.
Yes.
How's Wood been overall? How do you think he's reacted, especially to pressure?
We're trying to put pressure on him. We have created some situations for him, but I'm not going to really know until he's in there and he's in other stadiums. So I wish I could say that. That's one of the things I have in my mind. I want to see how all these guys react in game situations because other than Jay kicking off, nobody's done it in the game. So that's where I think we'll make our biggest progress is because these guys will, any nerves they may have will subside after the first couple games.
Do you do any psychological stuff with them or have them?
I don't because I don't have a degree in psychology. But what we're going to do is, we will constantly. I'm a very positive guy with the specialists. Even if they're struggling, I'm going to try to be as positive with them as possible because negativity with those guys doesn't help. And if we ever have to bring in an outside resource, we will. I've done that before in the past. That's something I have to investigate here. But positive mental outlook as well as the right fundamentals are the key to being a good specialist.
You may have already answered this, but punt return and kickoff return, are you pleased with the progress so far?
Yes, I am. We've done a lot of work on kickoff return, just getting the schemes in and teaching, not as much with the back side with the return guys, but a lot with the frontline guys. That's the technique that really needs to get mastered. So I feel good about that, and we probably need to get a little bit more punt return work, but we did some out here today, and so we're getting closer and closer.
The last couple of years, it seemed like the big question was how many starters go on those teams. Is that a problem with you, plus or minus, as far as having, or is the backup guys?
Well, it's one of the responsibilities of the job. You got to make sure that I can't put all of our starting 11 guys on defense on every kickoff, because then we'd be struggling.
You spread them out.
So you have to spread them out. And the general rule of thumb is about 2 of them. You can start on 2 phases with the kickoff team and the punt team being the most taxing. So I would say you won't see a starter on more than 2 as a starter on the unit.